Good morning, everybody. It's me, your boy Robert from Linnea Nelson Vlogs. Today we're probably going to Linnea's first or second least favorite place in the world. Today we're going to make Linnea a real person because she's finally getting her real ID and she can stop going to the airport like a gremlin using her passport to back up the fact that she doesn't have her real ID yet. I'm coming along too because Linnea's had a lot of mishaps at the DMV. Previously on Linnea Nelson Vlogs.
We are at the DMV, and I had to wake up at 5 in the morning for this because Mom wanted us to get here 40 minutes before it opened, and no one is here right now. Say hi, Mom. Hi. I'll tell you about how the test went because it did not go ideally, but obviously it went well enough for me to get my license, so it was good enough. We went and drove around the roads, and that was hard because I had to keep stopping at these lights. You know, you can go right on red, so I was really focused on the fact that you could go right on red, and then it was red and no one was coming. I was like, I'm gonna go out, and then he was like, you might not want to go because it's left and the light is red. But, you know, I got my license, so obviously I did not do as badly as I think that I did because I got my license. So whatever happened, it doesn't matter because I have my license. And now I can drive, and it's gonna be great.
Anyways, we're also gonna give some tips on like the North Carolina DMV system because it's terrible. Even though we live in Chapel Hill, we're going to the DMV in Graham, North Carolina. So a couple things you should know. The DMVs in the small towns are overstaffed, and the DMVs in the like regular towns in the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill metropolitan area are understaffed. You have to book your DMV appointment 3 months in advance, which is a problem, and since Linnea procrastinates on doing paperwork, even though she works kind of in a clerical job, we had to find an appointment at the DMV in Graham at like 8 in the morning. So we're going there. If you can't find a DMV appointment 3 months out, you have to do a standby thing, and the problem with the standby system is they normally take 10 to 20 people, and you have to get there like 2 hours in advance. So you might want to call ahead from the DMV to kind of get a sense for how many people show up at what times on what days.
So we are here to go to a crepe restaurant, and Robert is going to hopefully get an apple crepe, although I don't think they have a sweet apple crepe. It's kind of a savory apple crepe. As you will remember, for the past 2 years at Christmas, Robert has been trying to get an apple crepe and has been unsuccessful. And for the 3rd year in a row, we have missed the crepes once again.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So the crepe saga must continue.
We've been trying to go to Preston Durham by DPAC like every couple of weeks when we go out there on Sunday morning, and it's always super crowded.
There's always like a million people in there. So this one seems like it's not open, it's so quiet. So hopefully we can have a nice little breakfast.
Okay. Babe, the door is here.
This is very different vibes from the Durham one. It's like homey.
It's gotta be something. It's got it.
Oh no. Let's see, I guess you have two options. You got the Blue Ridge, which has ham, cheddar cheese, and scrambled eggs with maple syrup based, Granny Smith apples topped with spicy maple mustard. Or you have turkey brie with mild brie, sliced Granny Smith apples, honey walnuts, and house-made cranberry sauce. So I guess there aren't sweet apple crepes here.
It looks really good.
Four out of 10.
I am a victim of a hate crime.
That's not what a hate crime is.
Well, I hated it.
Why?
They were just so weird. There was like a very, very strong Cape ripened brie that gave it a certain funkiness when I was expecting, you know, like mild cheese with like a sweetness to it, which kind of like canceled out, you know, the overall experience. Plus there was way too much honey drizzle. I kept them like I was getting sticky the entire time. Anyways, this is why you make an appointment rather than trying to do the standby thing at the North Carolina DMV.
I feel a bit blinded.
We have to do this at home.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it at home.
That was probably the best experience at a DMV I have ever had. They had it down to a science and how they're moving people through. Once we said we had an appointment, they checked us in, gave us an appointment number. We walked in at 8:15. We were out of the DMV at 8:25. We were literally only there for 10 minutes. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I feel cheated. Like, I put together this whole packet of, like, Linnea's social security card, tax returns, insurance bills, a lease, and a birth certificate and passport, thinking we would need this to verify for the real ID, and they were literally like, what's your new address? Just tell us, we'll put it on there. Didn't even check our documents.
You did do a lot of work last night compiling that, babe, and I'm sorry you didn't get to use it.
You thought you were going to get your real ID.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to be like super crazy about the documents, and I knew that you were supposed to have more than just a birth certificate, but all they wanted was a certified birth certificate, and that was all they wanted. If I had changed my name from us getting married, they would have also needed the marriage certificate, but since I didn't change my name, they didn't need that.
Well, anyways, 10 out of 10 DMV appointment. Make sure you have an appointment if you're going to the DMV.
And the Graham DMV is freaking awesome. They were so overstaffed, like Robert was saying, how these small town ones are overstaffed. They had 8 stations, like 8 employees were giving people licenses and renewing stuff. Plus the people managing the line and the front desk lady, they must have had 12 employees there. Highly recommend the Graham DMV.